Governor, thank you for making the time to speak to us on Citizen TV. I'll start directly by asking, do you feel like you're a man under siege? You've been in the headlines for a couple of weeks now, and it looks like you're now the embattled governor of Nairobi.
No, I think that is a perception that has been created. We can say what we call diversionary skills. We can say this is character assassination. So that is something which has been created. The people who have been fighting me, what I can say, there is a coalition of cartels which has been created to fight my work, to fight what I'm already doing on the ground. So people are not seeing the good things I'm doing on the ground. They're just concentrating on the negativity of Sonko. So what I can say, there are cartels all over. I'm happy the president is supporting me in a very big way. But you see, there is somebody, one person. If I say one person, I don't need to mention names here. You'll know who that person is. For instance, today Nairobi is owed over 60 billion. 50% of that is the works of the cartels. If I say cartels here, I mean lawyers, big law firms, reputable lawyers who are also in this. We've formed a pending bills committee to work on this, but why should somebody go to the High Court, mislead judges, come with garnishee orders to attach our revenue account, development account, operations account? So there's a lot of negativity, except I respect my critics. They're empowered by the Constitution to criticize me, and I appreciate them in a very big way. But again, let's ask ourselves, the problem we are now facing, and we should avoid blame games in this, the problem we are currently facing are not problems which were caused by Sonko or initiated by Sonko. I found these problems. The law is very clear. I thank the Nairobi County Assembly. My supplementary budget was just passed 3 or 4 weeks ago. My hands are tied by the law. I cannot just procure a contractor to go and do Moya Avenue or Tomboya Street. There is law which needs to be followed. We have to advertise. We have to follow the Public Procurement and Disposal Act, which is very clear. You have to advertise, and then you can choose your contractor for a certain road there. We know the challenges are there, but Nairobi County, we are doing feeder roads within the estates, which are less than 2 kilometers. We've done Donholm Road, Mama Wahu Road, Falcon Road industrially. We're doing so many roads, but you see this negativity, people are making a lot of noise, and I'm happy, I love them. I like my critics, because without them criticizing me, I'll not know the challenges on the ground. But these challenges are challenges which we've inherited. I don't want to blame all the time to talk about Kidero. Nairobians decided I am the governor, so I should not be talking about Kidero. But again, let us ask ourselves some questions. The devolution is, the spirit of devolution is just to bring development down the grassroots. 2013-2015, we were given money by the national government through this check-up, money for roads, money for health, money for all departmental maybe sectors in terms of service delivery, if I may say. We had money in 2013-2014, 2014-2015, 2015-2016, 2016-2017, a lot of billions. Where did this money go to?
Governor, some of your critics would argue that instead of focusing on what they put you in office to do, you're constantly shifting blame to your predecessor, to cartels, to people who are undermining you. And now the conversation out there is that you're always worried and just watching over your back instead of focusing on what you really should deliver for Nairobians.
No, but what I'm telling, my side of story is the reality. We inherited a dead system. Corruption was rampant in Nairobi. And I want to repeat myself, and I've been repeating myself even the other time, even yesterday, that corruption was the main factor hindering development in Nairobi County. Why am I saying this? Monies, funds meant for development from the president, from the national government, through the exchequer, to the Nairobi City County, was swindled. It went to individual stomachs, and I want to repeat myself. But now we have to streamline issues, and I've already done it. People used to spend money at source. During close of business every day, people used to carry money with bags, money meant for Nairobians, money meant for development, money meant for doing roads, for doing hospitals, for doing schools. This money was ending in individual pot, but I've since changed that. Nobody's supposed to pay cash. Money goes to the bank. But still, against what I've just raised, the cartels, they are senior lawyers. I don't want to mention their names, and that's why I'm being fought even by lawyers who have garnishee orders amounting to 2 billion, 1 billion, 800 million, who who are ready to attach our operational accounts, development accounts, salary accounts, which is not correct. For instance, I'll just mention about one case, a prominent MP who is a lawyer. He went for a mention to represent Nairobi City County. He was granted a fee of 800 million just for one mention. Then when we went to court, this fee was brought down to 1.3 million. But by then he was already paid 65 million, money for development, money for doing hospitals. So you see, if we don't fight corruption, we'll end back to the same problem. For instance, if we talk about garbage collection, these contractors were there during Kisia's time, Alado's time. My brother, why I'm mentioning him, and I want to come clear about this, he decided to inherit them. Instead of chasing them away, procure good contractors who will be collecting garbage, he decided to just work with them. And I remember one of those, I was a senator, the 2013-2014 Auditor's General Report, there was one contractor who was paid 69 million for garbage collection. I summoned him, I asked him, why were you paid this money? Have you ever collected garbage in Nairobi? He told me, no, I've never collected garbage in Nairobi County. Then I asked him, why were you paid 69 million? He told me, Governor, listen, please, stop this. Let me tell you the truth. You finish this case here. The 61 million was paid in my account, but I ended up retaining 9 million in my account. The rest of the money came back to the office. What does that tell you? It tells you corruption was rampant. People used to just weigh stones instead of real garbage. But let us avoid this blame game, Jackie. I agree with you. I should not just be talking about the previous administration, but when a question is put and we know the facts that money was being misappropriated, taxpayers' money was ending up in individual pockets, I have to tell Kenyans the reality. This noise is too much. And I like my critics because I'm just 5 months in office. This is the right time to fight me, to attack me, so that I know my mistakes.
You know, Nairobians, 5 months, as you say, after, you know, you have actively been in office, Nairobians are still crying over their roads, as you're saying, it is corruption. Nairobians are still crying over hawkers in the city. They're still crying over the garbage that is still on very many roads. How soon, or can you give a time frame of what Nairobians can expect things now to look better? Because as it now,
for the last few months, I've been dealing with corruption, and I'm happy now. Everybody is scared of stealing from the public coffers. So this is a clear indication now. Since I've curbed corruption, like 60% of corruption, I've already curbed it. Whatever comes for development will go to development. Unlike during my predecessor's time, 5 years ago, my predecessor was supposed, because the garbage problem, which has been a menace, which is a headache, I want to admit that garbage collection is a headache. Garbage collection is a menace. That one, I agree. There is no argument on that. But what is the solution? What is the way forward? What are we doing? What are we telling Nairobians? We're telling Nairobians that Sonko is focused. Sonko wants to fulfill his pledges he gave to Nairobians when he was campaigning. What are these pledges? Garbage in Dandora was just being dumped. We are not doing anything about it. I'm a serious committed governor. I went to benchmark in Dubai. I went to Sharjah, the recycling plant which is in Sharjah. That's a very wonderful idea, a concept which we need to bring it here in Nairobi. We've just done an expression of interest. I'm facing a very big challenge. All these cartels, some guys have unleashed the machineries of fighting Al-Shabaab, the machineries of fighting insecurity in Kenya. They've been unleashed on just me, one person. One person in the OP fighting Sonko, a group of lawyers who are thieves, and in my next interview I'll mention even their names, have teamed up with this one person there. Garbage collectors who used to collect stones, who used to swindle the county funds. They've met together. Land grabbers. This is a very big force fighting one person who has been anointed by God. Somebody who has been elected by the great people of Nairobi to deliver services. Now they're just doing diversionary tactics, character assassination, and at the same time they are calling for disbursement of Nairobi County. How? Within 5 months. Why do you want me to go home within 5 months? Why don't you give me time? Why don't you come and help me? You one person fighting me in government. Come. If president is helping me, who are you to fight me? Yeah? But Urongo, I will last. Nikitu fupi sana.
At the end of these 5 years, your promise to Nairobians, they all have...
I don't need 5 years. My financial year starts around June. Just give me 1 year and see. And let me defend myself, even right now, as I'm being fought. There is something which is happening on the ground. When I took over office, I found there was some funds from the World Bank, billions of shillings. People have spent part of that money Nothing was done on the ground. My first project was the data center. I invited the president and the deputy president. We launched a data center here. My second project was the fire engines. We had dead 11, 12 fire engines. Today we have over 30 fire engines. We are fighting all the infernos within the Nairobi county. Markets. We are doing a market at Mwariro. It was difficult 5 years ago to do a market there because the land was grabbed by cartels. What happened? We fought the cartels. The land was reverted back to Nairobi City County. We are doing a market there. We are doing another market in Kirandini. We are doing a market in the Jogo Road. We are doing another market between us and JICA partnership in Muthua. There are so many things which are happening on the ground. But that will let them use all the arsenals first. Wanipige ishe, then I can come with my arsenals. They're all here. I've locked them here. Others are in the safe there. I have all my arsenals, all my facts, what I'm doing on the ground. I've done Donham Road. Eastlands residents can bear me, can attest to that. I've done Mamahu Road. I've done the Maji Mazuri Road. I'm doing there are so many things I'm doing on the ground. I've launched. My minister, I'm happy, is around. We've opened 2 maternity hospitals, Kayole South. We won another one in Babadogo. We're doing one in South B, Mutweni, Kiraindini. So we are working. But wacha wapige kelele. Alafu wakati when we are launching all these projects, we're opening all these hospitals, don't watajiuliza. Hii kelele lekuwa mnapiga na wiki jana ndio nafanya kazi. But for now, let them use all the arsenal, let them fight me. I've been fought before, I've succeeded. I was fought when I was the MP, I was fought when I was the senator, I was fought when I was vying for governorship. And I'm very sad. The same person in government who was saying that Sonko did not go to school, Sonko has a criminal record, is the same person now saying Sonko is a failure. Yeah, even predicting my death. What does that tell you? Yeah, so Mungu mbele, service delivery first. Thank you.